And we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? That was the hottest sip of coffee. I just burnt the out of my mouth. Ouch. Ouch. Why? Why is it gotta be so hot? It comes out so effing hot and then it's cold like that. Not that I noticed now because I just burned off the entire first layer. Oh, that one made me tear up. That was so hot. Holy shnikes. I'll be okay. Anyway, welcome to it. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Ready to go? I'm ready to go. Hey, good morning. Sorry, I was delayed going on air because I was fist pumping with my Brad glasses out on the stream. These are good, like, clubbing glasses. Like, if I was at a club, I'd put these on. Just tripping balls on ecstasy, 3 o'clock in the morning, losing my mind. This is great. I'm so sweaty. No, that sounds awful. That sounds like the last thing I want to do ever again. I honestly just made myself kind of dizzy doing the head bobbing and fist pumping motion that I just did right there. Whew. Let's recenter myself. Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to it. It's the Plan B Morning Show, 7:09. Hey, it's Friday. We made it to the weekend. I am streaming right now. You can join me on there. I'll be hanging out for the next, hour or so. We'll see how long I make it. It's kind of nice because at least I can see people commenting. Good morning, Grant. Thank you for joining me. So since Kiki's gone, at least I got, people there that it makes it seem like I'm not, spinning into insanity by talking to myself and just rambling incoherently. Eventually get to the point where I'm talking about conspiracy theories in the government and the moon made out of cheese. JFK was assassinated by our own government type deal. You got it. Lee Harvey Oswald didn't work alone. That kind of stuff. Before I get into that, maybe I could just have some more of a conversation. Good morning, Scott. Because I'm already getting there. I'm already starting. I'm getting into that ditch there. But all right. Well, join us on the stream. Like I said, we'll be on there. If you missed it, Kiki is off once again. She's got family in town, but she'll be back in on Monday. Good news is we got a lot of stuff going on today. Keep me occupied, including your Screaming Yellow Summer. That's right. We got another qualifying round, in person and virtual, bonus qualifying rounds, all that good stuff. David, good seeing you, brother. Good morning. You have a wonderful weekend as well. Get into it. Yeah. So I think we should probably get to your morning dump. Surprisingly, I do have a lot of sports I want to get to. So maybe morning dump, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. But it's time for your morning dump. As always, your morning dump brought to you by Pump That Septic. Clean your septic today with Pump That Septic. Call them 269-445-7777 or visit pumpthatseptic.com. Yeah, pump it. Pump it. Pumpthatseptic.com. Why don't we kick it off with this? It's National Book Lovers Day. I do enjoy a good book. I got to really be into it, though. Some of the bookworms, if you will, people that just like they'll take a chance on a book, or maybe they'll just see what's on the New York Times. But like I have a very niche area that I want to read on. And if it doesn't grab me immediately, I lose interest like that. So I give credit to people, and I do love reading, and reading to my daughter, I think but reading to children is very important, making sure they develop a love for reading. But a book really has to grab me. Kiki's actually pretty good at like taking a chance on a book. Like someone will say, hey, I think you'd like this book. But like me, it's either got to be like a Western, like a really good Western, or like just a autobiography of someone I really like. Otherwise I'm like, I don't know. I just don't get invested in the characters and everything like that. So I don't know. There's some people, I mean, like, oh, yeah, I read 6 books this month. I'm like, how? When? And weren't you scrolling on your phone at all? It's unbelievable. I think that's really and I don't know if it's hurt the book industry. I'm sure it has. But in lieu of maybe picking up a book, and I'm sure I should probably not have screen time before bed I think that's what they all say. No screen time 30 minutes before bed. But in lieu of like picking up a book, I'll just, scroll through Reddit and watch a couple nutshot compilations and, get into an argument before I go to sleep. That's usually what I do instead. I know I should probably pick up a book, but instead I'm going to have an argument on the internet with a stranger. I'm going to watch people falling down and then maybe a couple Green Bay Packer highlights. and then I'm going to go to bed for a bed. Maybe play a few rounds of this new, it's like Galaga. It's a knockoff of Galaga. It's a good game. It's very satisfying. It's super easy to play. So yeah, I'll do that instead of reading. But for all you other book lovers out there, today's your day. Get a new book. I know you love that new book smell. Oh, new book smell. It's great. It's great. What about this? If you're stressed, try switching to a Mediterranean diet. Well, this is according to new study. Researchers from Binghamton. I'm a moron. Binghamton. I think it's Binghamton. Anyway, it's from a university in New York. I can't believe I'm saying that. Maybe I should read. Maybe I should read a little bit more. Anyway, they found that people who embrace the Mediterranean diet, think like whole grain, seafood, fruits, veggies, and beans, reported feeling less stressed and mentally distressed compared to those munching on typical Western diet foods, like fast foods and sugary treats. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, obviously, I think we all know at this point that anything is better than fast food, sugary foods, everything like that. Mediterranean diet. I'll get through this, folks. I just need a little more coffee. That does seem like the go-to for a lot of people. Like they just say like fish, some meats, but pretty clean meats, but a lot of fish, a lot of beans and lentils and whole grains seem to be the way to go. Here's my problem, though, is one, that stuff's really expensive. Like if I want to make like a nice seafood dish, it's going to cost me a lot. All right. Lentils and greens. Come on now. And two, it's hard to make. Like fish is not an easy thing to cook. Okay. Incorrect. Fish in my Fry Daddy, very easy to cook, but I don't think they mean that as far as my seafood intake for a Mediterranean diet. Like, oh, yeah, I eat plenty of fish. It's all deep fried. I get it from Long John Silver's. Not quite the same as what they're talking. I think they're talking like a nice blackened tilapia, all right, on a bed of brown rice. Well, I'm going to screw that up, and try and make something fancy, all right? But I can deep fry that fish, okay? I got some perch that goes real good in that Fry Daddy. Nice hot oil bath with some delicious spicy breading on there. Not exactly what I think they mean by the Mediterranean diet. But anyway, at this point, what's frustrating is, especially this last year, like I feel like I hit this turning point in that next facet of life where I really need to adjust my exercise and my eating and watching my cholesterol and everything and what I'm putting in my body. It's hard work. But also, I feel like everything's killing it. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Other than, like, me going to a garden, like my own garden, and just raw dogging a bunch of veggies out of the ground, I don't know what else to do. Everything is killing us. Everything is bad for us. There's microplastics in everything we eat. There's chemicals everywhere. And I think we just need to here's what needs to happen. Modern medicine just needs to make like the cure-all, and that way then we can just continue to be our gross, slovenly, gluttonous selves, and it doesn't matter because we can just take this, or we can go into and there'll be some futuristic machine that just zaps all the bad stuff out of you, and that way we don't feel bad. We don't have to work so hard. It's impossible. Like I know when I go to a restaurant, I should maybe get one of the salads. But I don't. I get the tower of onion rings and I get the beer. I get an IPA, a tower of onion rings, and a buttery old steak. And there's not a green thing in there. Not a green thing in there. That's it. So I appreciate it. Thanks for telling me that the Mediterranean diet is the best, but I don't want to do it. Lastly, we'll end with this. I had a good one. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, this. I saw this question And I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting. Just asking men versus nature. What's the biggest or most ferocious animal you think you could fight with your bare hands and survive? And I think we've posed this question before. If I'm going to be completely honest, I think I could take on like a coyote. Like if I had to defend myself, I really do think, and this is not me just doing a shtick for the show or whatever, I think I could fight off a coyote. Like if a coyote attacked me, I could get some punches in, gouge that thing's eyes. It would run away. It would run away. But outside of that, now ferocious and big are two different things. Because like a deer's bigger than a coyote. I feel like I could fight off a deer. Maybe not like a mature buck. That might be kind of tough. You ever seen those guys fight? It's pretty gnarly. But like a doe, like a good sized doe, and that's bigger. Because ferocious too, like a badger, I'm losing that fight. A wolverine, that thing's taking me down. That thing's gonna grab a hold of my ankle. I'm gonna fall. It's gonna go for my jugular, and that's it. So it does depend. I think big and ferocious, we need to separate the two. So ferocity side of things, like a coyote, I think so. I think I could do a coyote. Big size, yeah, deer. I think I'm going to go with the deer. I think that's rough. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like a female deer, though. Doe, a deer. Yeah, that would probably be it. They asked another question. What's the biggest or most intimidating animal you've ever gone toe-to-toe with? Growing up on a farm, some rams. Large male sheep for layman's out there. I've definitely had some rams head up to me, that's scary. You're always kind of looking, taking feed out to the bin, taking your grain out. And you're like, all right, where's that son of a bitch at? He's sitting there taking steps back. So I would say that's probably a peacock at the zoo one time chested up to me. And I was like, whoa, dude, come on. And honestly, I just backed around because the male peacock he puffed out his chest and did his old. That was a terrible peacock. I can't do a peacock noise, but it was like anyway. And he put his big feathers out and he chested up to me. That was a little scary. Just because I'm like, I don't know how. Well, first of all, it's not like I'm gonna want to be that guy that, makes the local news because he fought a peacock at the zoo. Children were crying. Staff was upset. I'm like, well, look, the peacock accosted me first. Like, I'm going to be the bad guy in that scenario. They're like, well, what were you doing? Were you in the peacock space? Were you irritating the peacock? No, I wasn't. But no one's going to believe me. I'm going to be the guy that fought a peacock and ruined zoo day for everyone. But I've never had a run in with like a squirrel or raccoon, anything like that. Anyway, just think about it. If you're out there, you never know. Because you spend any time in nature, you might run into an animal. What's going to be the biggest one you think you could take on? You got to mentally prepare for it. It's always good to think about what animal you might need to fight on any given day. I stand by that. All right, there you go. That's your morning dump. We'll be back. I don't want to say numbers are way down just because it's me and there's not a good looking female on here, but I feel like that's what it is. I think yesterday people were still hoping Kiki was going to hop on because I had way more viewers. And now today everyone knows, oh, Kiki's off until Monday. So everyone's like, no, we're not going to stare at Brock's mug all morning. Anyway, good morning, everyone. How you doing? I think we could probably hop into sports right after this. Maybe we'll do that. I probably don't need to do the stream, but I miss you. I feel like I owe you. Ooh, what did I miss there? Good morning, Alan. Alan! We've already done that. Anyway, anybody got any big plans for the weekend? I think we're hitting up the Blueberry Festival. I think that's what we're going to do. Go to the Blueberry Festival, eat a bunch of blueberries. We got family in town. It's always good. That is a good thing. Whenever the area that we live in, there's always stuff to do when the family's in town, so you're never really bored. Minus the beaches, Because, the duty, that's wild, man. I was talking to Ken, our news guy, Ken Lundberg. And I said, hey, could you send me the website where you guys got the list of all the closed beaches? Because obviously our family that's in town doesn't have the big sandy beaches because they don't live by a great lake. We're kind of spoiled that way. But I was like, I don't think we're going to be going unless we want to reenact the scene from Caddyshack. I don't think that's a Baby Ruth bar that you're swimming by there, Nana. I don't think so. Is the Berrien County Youth Fair going on right now? Oh, I can't believe I totally forgot about that. Hold on a sec. The Midwest's largest youth fair, the Berrien County Youth Fair. No, it is going on right now. Or no, it's next week, right? Next week. Oh, it starts Monday. Yeah, family will be out of town. They're leaving Monday, but thank you, Alan. But that's good though, because I'm taking the kiddo. See, Riley, our daughter, is now kind of finally at that age where she can get on substantially more rides. So yeah, so we're definitely going. We're definitely going. But that's next week. Good. I'm hoping I didn't miss it. Highway 12 yard sale. That's going on this weekend. That's not that same as that big one we talked about, right? Last week, Kiki and I were talking about that, the longest yard sale. Hold on, highway. My computer's being a piece of shit today. I don't know what's going on. It's just riddled with viruses, maybe. Highway 12 yard sale. Oh, so that's the one that continues on and goes into like Indiana and everything? Oh no. I'm way off. This is one that's totally different. Ah, cool. U.S. Highway 12 Heritage Trail Garage Sale, aptly called Michigan's longest garage sale. Every year, individuals clean out their attics, take out the front yard, stretching over 200 miles from New Buffalo to Detroit. That's awesome. I will call. Unfortunately, Terry has been super busy with me and some stuff we're working on. And I just feel like if I say, hey, Terry, just one more thing, he's like, damn it, Brock, I swear to God, just don't touch it. Stop touching stuff, for God's sakes. But Alan, thanks for the reminder on the Berrien County Youth Fair. And Lou, this is awesome. I did not know this was a thing. This is cool. Yeah, there's a website called us12heritagetrail.org. And then you can go to the garage sale part. We're hitting this up. I love garage sailing so much. It's just like Kiki and I talked about. I don't know why, but I could just spend a Saturday. And like we like doing it when we go camping too, when we go like up north and everything. During the day, we'll go out, grab a lunch, and like while we're driving, we'll just look for signs. And I could spend all Saturday, all Sunday, just driving around back roads, especially up north, just because it's so beautiful up there. Throw a couple rods in the back or maybe pack a lunch so you see plate you can go. But if you see a sign, pull over, man. You never know. You never know when you're going to find that gold, man. But anyway, I'm going to check this out. I'll let them know because I know the family. And again, the beach has been kind of off unless we do go south or north a little bit. That's been kind of taken off the table. No. All right. We'll do sports here in a minute. Sucks for me as it's my main road anywhere. Oh, okay. So yeah, so all the people like me that are going there, you're just trying to get to work or wherever, and you got a bunch of garage sailors like, sorry, go around. I'm looking for a deal. I'm gonna park on the road, not far over enough, so it's just enough of a pain to go around. Sorry, Lou. All right. I'm excited. We're gonna talk football. Going to talk football and sports. We'll do a little Olympics. I got a few things to go over, but yeah, baseball is still going on, but I am excited. And golf. I got a golf story too that I'm going to share with everyone. And an opinion, if you will. All right, here we go. All righty, good morning. It's 7:28. It's the Plan B Morning Show. It's Brock. Yes, Kiki is off today. She will be back in on Monday. So for now, I'm flying solo. Apparently, she did 2 weeks. She's like, I'm going to take just a couple days. Honestly, we might see a lot of that because she deals with me enough outside of work that now she's at work with me in a much more involved capacity. And I'll be honest, she probably is going to take a lot of personal days, mental health days, if you will. But that's all right. I got you guys, and that's great. That's great. Yeah, we were actually talking. We're streaming. Make sure you join us if you got some free time. I know it's just me. Sorry, there's not a pretty lady on today. I mean, I could open my shirt a little bit more. Is that what you guys want? Is that what you want from me? Huh? It's just, this is me. Is that all I'm good for? Huh? Here, I'll put my, it's Brad. You're going to get a show from Brad. All right. Is this what you want? Not going to whore myself out for you guys, just for views. Actually, I totally would. I absolutely 100% would. But I don't think anyone wants that. I think I'll get negative viewership if that's possible. Anyway, we were talking on the stream. I mentioned we're on the stream and just figured out what to do. Blueberry Festival we're doing while the family's in town because, again, the beaches, at least here, are kind of off the table for the time being until the duty gets out of the water. But Alan brought up the Berrien County Youth Fair. I totally forgot. That's next week, man. That kicks off Monday. Family won't be in town for that, but that's a good reminder. And then Lou told me, and I wanted to share this, Highway 12 yard sale is this weekend. And I thought that was what we were talking about, I think last week or the week before, which is the nation's largest yard sale. But that starts like near Sturgis and then goes south. No, this is Highway 12 in Michigan. And I found the website, US 12 Heritage Trail. They have a section of that is for Michigan's longest garage sale, August 9th and 11th. And it says right here, if you love shopping and searching for hidden treasures, this journey is for you. The US 12 Heritage Trail garage sale is aptly called Michigan's longest garage sale. Right along US 12 corridor, stretching over 200 miles from New Buffalo to Detroit. Yes! So if you're looking for something to do this weekend other than the poo water, we got you covered, man. We got you covered. And again, Lou, I apologize for sending more people to the road that you live on. That'll be going on. But this is exciting. We're definitely hitting this up. So there you go. A little something for you. A little something for you before we get to sports. But anyway, we do got to keep things moving. It is time for sports. Let's do it. Well, hey, big day yesterday for sports. We're going to get into a bunch of different things. I got golf. I got Olympics. I got baseball. I got all that good stuff. But why don't we kick it off with just some baseball scores, because that is still going on. Again, the 12,000 games that they played during the year. Yesterday, the Mariners beat the Tigers 4-3. Cubs and White Sox were off tonight. Chicago taking on the White Sox in Chicago. Of course, that's where it's either in Chicago or it's in Chicago. That's at 8:10. Detroit taking on San Francisco at 10:15. Jesus, 10:15. We always get screwed over here. Whenever East Coast team has to play, I don't know why we have to bend to we can't meet in the middle, because that's a reasonable time for them. A 7:15, that's great. But why do we have to do it to them? Why can't it like meet in the middle? Why can't we do it like 8? Anyway, whatever. Whoop their ass, Detroit, at 10:15 our time. You can catch that, by the way, on 94.9 WSJM News Talk Sports at 9:50. So that's baseball action going on there. Nothing too crazy. Let's talk Olympics real quick. Then we'll get to golf, and then we'll end with football. Olympics, just we're still extending our lead on the total medal count. USA, 103. The next closest is China at 73. Gold count, though, is very tight. United States and China going just neck and neck. Right now, we still got the edge at 30, but it is close because China's got 29. All the rest of them falling off. France, all that, whatever. That don't matter. They're eating our dust. But hey, we're going neck and neck with China, man. So keep it up. Some quick highlights. The U.S. men's basketball team rallied against a tough Serbia team, but we got the win. And another Olympic gold medal game. Steph Curry scored 36 points, including a go-ahead three-pointer with 2:16 left. And now the U.S. will play for gold against France, the host country, their team. But yeah, close one, 95-91 against Serbia. But I think that's a good one. You know, a good, like, we don't, it's, to be honest, it's pretty easy for us up until we get to the actual medaling, rounds. And it's good to, kind of test our skills and make sure that we're ready for it. So France should be a tough team to play. I think we're going to get them, though. I think USA is going to turn it up, go for gold, and beat those French bastards right there on their home court, on their home turf. Yes. Let's see. Noah Lyles, who has made headlines, won that gold. Was it 2 days ago? Anyway, just hell of an athlete. He unfortunately took bronze in the 200 meter, collapsed after the race, had to be wheeled off, and later announced that he had COVID. So this dude's running a 200 meter. I can't walk 200 meters. This guy's sprinting 200 meters without getting wind, and he had COVID. So we hope he has a speedy recovery, and I believe he will be out the rest of it because I don't think he can compete at this point. But, man, that's crazy. Another big thing, defending champion U.S. women's volleyball team beat Brazil in the semifinals. Thrilling match. And Brazil, when it comes to volleyball, is no joke. So props to our U.S. women's volleyball team for just pulling it off. And that's a tough team to beat. Bunch of hot Brazilian volleyball players, athletic volleyball players. That's tough, man. That's tough. But we got it. And it was a 5-set thriller. And it was a rematch from the Tokyo final as well. So, but congrats to the U.S. women's volleyball team. Getting it. Brazil's a tough team. Football coming up in a second. Let's talk golf, though, real quick. For all the golfers out there, this is a frustrating story for you. Earlier this week in Gorsley, England, a 7-year-old boy named Walter Hall pulled off what many golfers only dream of. He nailed a hole-in-one during the very first round of golf in his life. Hall hit the ace on the 111-yard par 3 7th hole, leaving everyone in awe, including his dad, who happens to be the head pro at the club. According to reports, Hall did not buy a round of drinks for everyone. He instead celebrated his incredible feat with a pizza party. Look, I get it. I understand. For all the golfers out there, this is frustrating. Some kid, first round of golf, 7 years old, first legit round of golf, he hits an ace, hole-in-one. All right, there's people that will spend their entire lives golfing and never hit a hole-in-one. Maybe come close a handful of times, but never hit a hole-in-one. And here's some 7-year-old does it on his first round, 111 yards, puts it in. But don't beat yourself up too much because his dad is the head pro. He's got an advantage over you. This kid will be a much better golfer than most of the people that golf. That's just what happens. When your dad is a pro, the head pro at a country club, it's just probably, it's in the genes. He's got a great coach. It just happens. Don't beat yourself up too much. Also, too, and I'll stand by this, I've had this conversation before on this show, and I think it's a trash thing that you hit a hole-in-one and you got to buy everyone else in the clubhouse a round of drinks. No. I hope I hit a hole-in-one sometime in my career just so I can tell everyone to F off. I'm not buying you a drink. Why do I need to buy you a drink? Because I had an amazing shot and hit it in one? No, you should buy me a drink. That's the stupidest thing. I was actually just talking to someone yesterday about this when we were out on location and we were having that conversation, and I stand by it. I think it's the stupidest thing. And I know some golfing purists will be like, well, it's how it's done, bro. I don't care. I'm not buying everyone in there a drink. Kick rocks. I will sit in there, drink my drink that I buy for myself, but I don't need to buy you a drink because I had an amazing shot. That's the stupidest thing. and go ahead, say, oh, you're not doing it right. You're not respecting the sanctity of the game. I don't care. I don't care. All right. I hit the hole in one. I get a drink. You go out and practice a little bit more. You know, there's a thing called hole-in-one insurance. And I don't know if we've ever talked about that on the show, but in places where they take golf very seriously, and I'm sure at a lot of country clubs, and maybe it was like Japan or something like that. Like, no joke, you pay a fee, like car insurance, like life insurance. You pay a monthly fee, a yearly fee that covers this. That covers, it's hole-in-one insurance. So just in case you hit a hole-in-one, you're set to go. Because the bill may be astronomical. What are they going to do? Steal my wallet from me? That's what I just want to know. Like, if I'm there, are you going to ban me from the country club? All right, fine. I don't want to go to that place that's going to force me to spend maybe $1,000 if I'm lucky, depending on where I'm at. If I'm at some high-end country club, that could be a couple $1,000s. No. There's no way I'm buying everyone a drink. End of discussion. It's a stupid rule. That's great. The rest of you golfers, if you want to respect the history of the whatever, who came up with that stupid rule? Let me look this up. Let me look this up because unless it's in the Bible, all right, you can't that's just the way it is. Well, it's stupid. We don't have to do it just because it's the way. There was a lot of things that were just done that way that were like, hey, it shouldn't be done this way. Hold on. Who came up with buying everyone a shot after a hole in one? Is that right? Or everyone? Yeah, anyway, let's see what it is. Nobody knows for sure how the tradition started of buying drinks for everyone if you make a hole in one. So why are we doing it? Why, if no one knows? It's not like it's like the first golf game ever and there's a massive history. We don't even know. This stupid thing just started and now we're all stuck with it. No, I'm not doing it. That right there tells me I don't even maybe I would get behind it if I still wouldn't. All right. I'm just saying this for the sake of the argument to yin my yang. But like if it was like, the very first round of golf ever in Scotland, Sir William Wallace III in his kilt hit a hole in one, and he was so elated in this new game that he bought everyone there at the club a drink, which also is kind of trash because there was maybe 3 people there. It was the first round of golf, but at least I could understand the history behind this. Right here, it says the origins of the tradition are unclear, but one theory is that it started when golfers would claim to have made a hole in one and then get free drinks from their friends. To prevent this, club members may have started requiring the golfer to pay for the drinks, which could have led to a decrease in the number of recorded aces. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's dumb. And so I will go on record as saying, fine, be mad at me, but if I'm at a golf course and you're there and I hit a hole in one, you are not getting a drink from me. I am not buying you a drink. You don't need to buy me a drink. How about we all just agree that you say congratulations on the hole in one and we go about our day without me going into over withdrawing on my bank statement. Anyway, stupid, dumb. And if you want to be legit with it, then this kid needed to buy everyone a shot. The 7-year-old needed to pony up, bust out the piggy bank, Junior. That's the rules. That's the golfing rules. That's how we do it. Stupid, dumb rule. There. All right, rant over. Sorry, I got a little angry on that. Just some of those things. Well, it's how it's always done. No, it's not. You guys know. Shut up. It's stupid. All right, let's get to what I really want to talk about, and that is the greatest game ever. Football. I would like to say it has officially begun because we had the first preseason game. Now, I know I always say this, preseason doesn't matter. To be honest, they should shorten up preseason because it's just a recipe for a starter getting hurt and you don't really see much. Or what they need to do is make the game just shoulder pads and helmets. You know what I mean? Just make it more like touch. If you want to get, I get it. They want to get some real-time snaps. They want to, get some of these younger guys out there and really have them get a feel for the the pace of the game and everything, but it makes me nervous, especially when a starter goes out there. I'm like, oh, please just don't tear an ACL. Don't get injured. Just please get us to the regular season where it matters anyway. But it has kicked off, and we are now just a few weeks away from September when it actually counts. The Giants edged out the Lions 14-3. And the title of my stream today was "Don't Worry, Lions. It's just preseason." Okay, I know you'd love to get a W. All right, but I don't only a few starters were in there. It doesn't matter. So don't freak out. We're not getting anyone, and it was only 14-3. It's really a lot of second stringers, third stringers coming in. So don't get the razor blades and cyanide out just yet, guys. You'll be all right. I think you got a good season ahead of you. Wolfie, of course, because he only cares about local stuff, did not put any other games, so I had to look this up. We got more games coming up this preseason. Also, too, last night, the Patriots, thanks, Wolfie, for not putting that in. The Patriots beat the Panthers. Again, I know it doesn't matter, but it'd be nice to talk about. More games going on today. You got Dolphins and Falcons going on, Steelers and Texans. These are all at 7. Also, 7:30, Ravens and Eagles. Tomorrow, Commanders taking on the Jets. Raiders and Vikings, Chiefs and Jags. Those are all tomorrow at 7. Is there anything? There are a couple on. You got the Seahawks and Chargers tomorrow, Saints and Cardinals. All these games are at 7. The only one that's, or there are a couple that are earlier tomorrow. 1 p.m., Bears and Bills. Big game there. Caleb Williams will be in, and that's actually, believe it or not, been confirmed. The Bears will be starting Caleb Williams. I don't know how long they'll be in. I don't know at what capacity, but the number 1 pick in the 2024 NFL draft and the other starters were held out of the Hall of Fame game. There will be a limited number of plays for the first team offense. Coach Matt Eberflus called it a good time for Williams to face a live rush and try to run the offense without penalties or mistakes. The team's offensive line health has improved since earlier in the week, and the O-line starters who appears unlikely to play is right guard Nate Davis. That's the only one. So, Bears fans, NFL fans, here we go. All the hype, all the talk, everything since draft day will finally come to fruition. And Caleb Williams and a lot of I believe all the starters at this point are going to get in there as the Bears take on the Bills at 1 p.m. on Saturday. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself on this one because, hey, he's got to take a snap. And I've talked enough about it. So I'm excited to see how this all shakes out. The Bills are a tough team, and I don't think they're going to take it easy, even though it's preseason. I think there's going to be, especially too, hey, let's teach the rookies some lessons. You know what I mean? From some of the veterans in there. So it'll be interesting. We'll see. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to be eating crow on Monday. The greatest team ever to step foot on a football field, the Green Bay Packers taking on the Browns tomorrow at 4:25 p.m. So I know what I am doing tomorrow at 4:25 p.m. I am watching the Green Bay Packers take on the Cleveland Browns. I know it's only preseason, but I'm excited, man. I'm amped. We're almost there. So, all right. Well, I think that's good enough now. Sports on the Plan B Morning Show. We'll be back with more. Stick around. Yes, that is true, Michael. I probably never have to worry about it. However, I have had a couple close ones. Honestly, my short game is wildly better than my, I got rid of my driver. I did. I only use my 3 at this point because my driver was embarrassing. I just short and straight. That's all I try. That's all I try and do. I play old man golf. If I can keep it in the fairway, it doesn't need to go far. I'll take a couple bogeys. Like if I'm getting into 1 over, I'm okay. Bogey golf is good golf. Mini golf doesn't count. Damn right it does. Yeah, what about that? What if you get a hole in one in mini golf? That counts, right? You got to buy everyone at the putt course around? I think not. Anyway. Oh, all right. You know what? I think we're just gonna do another back in the day for topic of the day. I didn't get one, and I'm okay, but all right. God, 748. Rambling forever. Just rambling incoherently forever. Yeah, everybody a slushie. There you go. Slushies and candy bars all around. Oh, come on, you piece. I won't lament anymore about my computer being slow, but it is being very slow. As shooby dooby doo. All right.
Hey, good morning. Sorry, I was.
Actually, no, I'm not going to save that one. I'm not going to save that one. There's no need for that. Alan, I'll get to your question. That's a good question. All righty. Good morning. It's 7:50, the Plan B Morning Show. Don't forget, we are streaming. We'll be hanging out here for the next 10 minutes or so, however long I feel like rambling, whatever we got going on. I did not do a topic of the day today, just with Kiki being out and me kind of scrambling around. I figured I'd just do back in the day. However, before we get to that, Alan brought up a question. Do you think you could survive in a biodome for a year by yourself or stuck on the moon? Yeah, rambling I'm by myself. I think he thinks I could do it. So to answer that, first side note, Biodome, one of the greatest movies ever. Fantastic movie. Pauly Shore. What Baldwin brother is that? Stephen Baldwin? Is it Stephen Baldwin? It's not Alec, who, by the way, is not having a good year. I think it's Stephen Baldwin. Anyway, amazing movie from the 90s, one of the greatest ones ever. But as far as surviving by myself, no. As much as I love solitude, I love it because I have, obviously the industry I'm in and being out with people. It's nice because I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm doing a lot of interacting. So when I get time by myself, I really enjoy it. But if it's a year by myself, I would lose my mind. I would. You guys have seen it here. It's happened in real time. In the short time that I have to do this, when I have to do the show by myself, it's because I don't know. I give me a week before I go completely nuts. I'm talking institutionalized type of crazy. So to answer your question, no. I think at first I'd be like, oh, this is so nice. And then I would just lose it. Anyway. Oh, sorry. Good morning, Eric and Skeletor. I don't know where Skeletor went. I was doing some cleaning and I hope he didn't get thrown away. He's around here somewhere. We'll find him. I don't know if I need to bust that back out again to prove my point about me losing my mind. If I was stuck in a biodome around the moon by myself, it would not bode well for my sanity. I will tell you that much. Anyway, well, I tell you what, why don't we kill some time? Let's do a little history lesson. Everyone's favorite history lesson. It's time for
Back in the Day.
All right. Back in the day, August 9th. Let's see what we got. Why don't we go 170 years ago, 1854, Henry David Thoreau published Walden, which described his experiences while living near Walden Pond in Massachusetts. This one was one of the more dreary books that you didn't read in high school. I don't know. I've never. Do any of you book nerds out there know what Walden is? Should I know? Does that make me a dullard that I don't know Walden? Henry David Thoreau. I know the name, but I'll be honest. I'm sure any bookophiles out there are probably like, he's one of the greatest. How do you not know who he is? I'm sorry. That wasn't a good one to start with. Let's see. This is a good one. 88 years ago, August 9th, 1936, Jesse Owens shoved it in Hitler's face by leading the U.S. 400-meter relay team to gold at the Berlin Olympics, becoming the first person to win 4 gold medals. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Hitler. That's right. And then we got you later on. I know it took us a little bit, but we got you. Yeah, there's that famous photo, I believe, of Jesse Owens on the podium, a gold medal, top spot, and then there's that guy next to him doing the Nazi salute, which it's like, that's one of those ones that when you look back in the history of mankind, like, not the best, not doesn't really paint the world in a very good light. Unfortunately, it's like, yeah, that was a pretty. That was bad. Anyway, but nice job, Jesse. USA, baby. Suck it, Hitler. Suck it. I'm sorry. What about this? 80 years ago, 1944, the Forest Service and Wartime Advertising Council unleashed their hairy new fire prevention spokesperson, Smokey Bear. A few years later, country singer Eddie Arnold did a song about him called Smokey the Bear in 1952. Yeah, Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. We all know it. As great as I think it is, because we have to be stewards of this world. We have to take care of it, clean up after ourselves, prevent forest fires. I did always think it was interesting that they didn't put a shirt on Smokey the Bear. If you're going to humanize this animal, make this bear talk, have him stand upright, why not put a shirt like a Forest Service shirt on the guy? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because here we did this whole thing. You put denim on him. You gave him a pair of blue jeans and a belt and a hat, but you decided to not put a shirt on Smokey the Bear. The point I'm making is I just feel like we caught him in the middle of something. And he's like, oh, shoot, let me put my shirt on. Like, if you're going to humanize this animal as a spokesperson, why not throw a park ranger shirt on him? But no, instead we got this bare-chested, literally and figuratively, bare-chested, humanized bear in only a pair of blue jeans. I don't know. And it's also kind of sexual in a way. You know what I mean? Not saying that, but it's like the brawny guy. You know, it's like here you got this manly bear. Okay. Nice fitting denim. All right. Mount me hat on, but no shirt. Why not throw a park ranger shirt on him? On Smokey the Bear. Just always an interesting take in my mind that they forewent the shirt. You know, I won't think about it too much. Actually, I'm going to think about it a lot now. It's going to be in my mind. Like, why not throw a shirt on? Why not throw a pair of pants on Donald Duck? Why only do the shirt? If you're going to put clothes on him, why only do half? Just my take. I will say, too, I think pants and no shirt is a more logical thing than shirt and no pants. But that's a conversation for another day. What about this? Another Beatles one. Not going to worry about that. 74. I think we talked about Nixon yesterday. He became, on this day, he announced it the day before that he was resigning. And then on August 8th, he announced, I am resigning. And then on the 9th, old Tricky Dick was the first president to officially resign. And then Gerald Ford was sworn in. So, yeah. Richard Nixon. Fantastic. And that's kind of it. Oh, no, last one. This is very important. 28 years ago, which I feel like it was longer than this, but 28 years ago, August 9th, Kurt Russell returned to the role of Snake Plissken, 15 years after Escape from New York, for the release of the sequel, Escape from L.A. I think it was better than Escape from New York. Now, don't get me wrong. Escape from New York, classic, okay? Gave us Snake Plissken. But Escape from L.A., you got Peter Fonda, you got Pam Grier in there, Bruce Campbell. It's just awesome. It's just so good. It's so cheesy and so good. And also, too, I agree with Snake and what he does at the end of that movie. If you've never seen it, if you've never seen either Escape from New York or Escape from L.A., again, Escape from L.A., I think is better. I don't think you need to see Escape from New York to understand Escape from L.A. It's a good backstory builder. But at the end of the movie, when Snake hits that EMP, all right, they're like, don't do it. You're going to send us back to the Stone Ages. All the medical matter. And Snake's just like, figure it out, man. Gets it. Hits the button. Because you know what? He knew that we went too far with it. So I think Snake is the real hero in that movie. He's got that big old tattoo. God, Snake Plissken. One of the best roles ever. Kurt Russell. Snake Plissken. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, there you go. That's gone on long enough. That is what happened
Back in the day.
We're going to take a break. We got more of the Plan B Morning Show coming up. Stick around. All right. Well, hey, thanks everyone for hanging out with me by myself. Like I mentioned many times, Kiki will be back. We'll be back to our normal programming on Monday. So make sure you tune in and have a great weekend. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.